Do's versus don'ts, specifically in your day-to-day activities, focusing more on your do's, your visuals of what you do want to accomplish, what you want to think about, versus telling yourself what you don't want. And I have multiple analogies or stories. For example, when I'm selling shaved ice in the summer, a lot of times parents come up and say, I'll take a small with strawberry and blue raspberry, a couple popular ones, and then they give it to their son or daughter and say, don't spill this. And it's just human nature to do that. Jimmy, here's your shaved ice, don't spill. And as I'm giving it to Jimmy, I always get nervous because the first thing I think about is, oh, I better not spill. And then when Jimmy gets this, Jimmy's thinking, my mom said don't spill. Or for example, popcorn, I got a great example here. Here's a popcorn, overfilled the cup. And you can see that, looks really good, appetizing, a little buttery, some salt. And my hand starts shaking. Oh gosh, uh-oh. Jimmy, I spilled some popcorn. Whatever you do, Jimmy, don't spill the rest. It's such human nature for us though. And makes you nervous, makes you want to not fail. And you worry about the consequences when you put the focus into the don'ts versus the do's. What do I want to do? Jimmy, hold it with both hands. Jimmy, sit down while you're eating that. Put it over your body so it doesn't spill on your clothes. The do's, what do you want to accomplish? Right? It can be the littlest things, not talking big picture goals here. We've already gone over goals multiple times in these series, but talking about the do's versus don'ts. Another great example is if you're a kid taking a test and you're focusing on what may happen if you fail, and you say to yourself, oh, I got this big Algebra 2 test coming up. I really need to do well. Do not mess this up. Don't fail. How about focus on the process, concentrate on what I need to do to learn the material, go in confidently on knowing I put in a lot of effort and work, and whatever happens, happens. Now there's a different type of mentality of a do. Again, this one I use as a golf instructor all the time because golfers always are focused on the don'ts. Don't hit it here, don't hit it here. There's house here, I don't want to start my day hitting the window. It's going to be expensive round of golf. And the analogy is this, if you went to a restaurant and you grabbed we're going to pretend like this is a menu, and you're reading the menu and the waitress or waiter comes over and says, are you guys ready to order? And I look up and I say, yeah, sort of. What I'm going to start with, well, what I know I don't want. Here's what I don't want. I start reading off all the things I don't want. And before you know it, the waiter or waitress gets very impatient and like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you just tell me what you do want? I'll give you a few minutes so you can focus on the do. Right? That is, again, though, seems ridiculous from a standpoint of reading a menu, telling a waiter or waitress everything I don't want, but how often do you do that in your day-to-day life? Right? So again, it's understandable to be recognizing what the don'ts are, but you want to put your focused attention, again, on the do's. Create visuals of how you want to accomplish those do's, no matter what it might be. And again, we're talking very specifically day-to-day activities versus big picture stuff. And it might be something as simple as, I do want to drive safely from point A to point B. How am I going to do that? Versus, man, it's really rainy out and I want to make sure don't get in an accident. Whatever I do, do not get in this accident because that would be bad on my car insurance. And tickets get up there. Anyways, get the point. Focus on the do's. Create those visuals of how you want to accomplish those do's. Get your mind focusing on the do's. But whatever you don't do not focus on this pink elephant I'm referencing. I know, I just threw that out there. Again, pink elephant, what are you talking about, Joe? Don't focus on that. The mind doesn't understand the don't. Maybe you visualize the pink elephant. Every time that happens to me, I do. I focus on that pink elephant. Because pink elephant makes no sense. It's a visual, and I just said don't focus on that pink elephant. And my mind didn't understand the word don't. The mind doesn't understand don't. Try to replace that word with do and then create that visual to focus on how to accomplish that do. All right, make it a great one.